National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham. Now, tonight the action promises to be fast, fierce and furious because, of course, at stake are 2 places in the grand final of Gladiators 1997.
The prizes in the final are absolutely amazing. Our champions this year will each drive off with one of these fabulous, top-of-the-range sporting cabriolets and £1,000. And our runners-up, well, they won't go home empty-handed. They will be given £1,000 to spend on a dream holiday on the paradise island of the Comores.
So let's meet our semi-finalists. Tonight they are Audrey, Garland
and Newman.
Welcome back, Audrey. Now, each time you win, your fans over there, all the way from Dublin, must be going, oh my God, we've got to fork out money for another flight.
I don't think they mind. They don't mind coming back at all. But I'll have to find out how they're managing to afford all these trips when I get home.
Absolutely, and of course, at stake tonight is the possibility of them coming over yet another time.
Yeah, well, if they have to come again, they'll probably make me buy drinks for everybody when I do get home.
And listen, I know they're here because I can hear Padder on the drum.
Yeah, Padder's giving socks there in the barrel. Hi, Padder.
They must be giving you so much support because things are getting so much more serious now. At the beginning, of course, nobody's got anything to lose, but everything's at stake now.
Yeah, I'd like to take this chance, actually, to thank everybody for coming all the way over from Dublin. And they're absolutely fantastic, and you'll just never know how much you've helped me along the way. You'll never know. Words just can't explain it.
Well, I'd like to thank them too. Off you go, Audrey, Garland!
Joe, you're bound to be pleased to be here. Did you think you'd get this far?
You've got to hope you're going to get this far, yeah, definitely.
And I suppose your supporters wouldn't have had to come too far this evening either.
No, I'm a local girl, so most of the people there are from Birmingham. Apart from my boyfriend Graham, he's had to come from Manchester.
OK, you've just told us where you come from. Just remind us what you do.
I'm a police officer with the West Midlands Police Force.
What are you most looking forward to this evening?
The Eliminator, definitely.
And possibly the prizes for the final, if you get through?
Oh, yes, cruising around one of those in Birmingham, definitely.
Let's hope your dreams come true. Let's hear it for Joe!
And now it's time to meet the guys. Tonight they are Tony Nesbeth
and Adam Stretton.
Tony, I've been watching you from the heats through the quarters and now we're into the semis. You seem incredibly focused at the moment.
Yep, that's all I'm concentrating on is focus, because that's a key point to me, being focused.
Now listen, you've got fans here with you tonight, and of course, I understand your dad reckons he could have taken on, in the height of his days, could have taken on the Gladiators.
Yeah, he reckons that none of the Gladiators can touch him when he was in his prime, but I'm going to make him go for next year. He's going to go for it.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure about that. Well, listen, I hope his son does very well tonight, and of course, at stake is a place in the final. How are you feeling about that?
Yep, just going straight for it now. I mean, I'm here, and I'm here to conquer, that's all.
That's good to hear. Let's hear it for Tony.
Adam, you're our youngest contender on Gladiators. Are you nervous now you've reached this semi-final stage?
I'm still shaking from winning the quarter-final, to be honest. But I feel more focused this time. I want to get psyched up for it.
The last 2 times we saw you here, your father wasn't here, but I believe he's here this evening.
Yeah, my dad's over in the crowd this time, so I have some support off him and that side of my family, you know.
And talking to you earlier, you told me that you two are very competitive. There's not a lot you can do without trying to do it against one another.
He tries his best, but I think I've proven that last couple of days. I lifted him up yesterday, actually, and just threw him over like a little kid like I used to me. So tables are turning, let's put
Is that what you're planning to do to some of the Gladiators this evening?
I don't know, they're a bit bigger than me and my dad, so I'll try.
I wish you the best of luck. I'm sure everybody else here does. Let's hear it for Adam!
The girls are now ready for their first event, so let the games begin.
Our first female contender on suspension bridge is Audrey. And she's facing Rio. Over to John Anderson.
Contender The first semi-final gets underway. Audrey Garland against Rio. Audrey's first battle on the bridge, and it's a baptism of fire. Rio doubling up on the Dubliner, and Audrey's out of there. The luck of the Irish deserting her there. The lovely Rio, a real hit-miss on the suspension bridge.
Come down, Audrey. I shouldn't really be laughing, but it's not an easy task, is it, to take on Rio?
No, the first hit she got me, my head went, and I was trying to hold on, and I knew that it was gone.
You did for a couple of seconds, then there's just another one came.
Yeah, she followed the first one very quickly. Another one.
Rio, I have to say, I enjoy watching you.
I know you do. Believe it or not, I was actually nervous before I went up on this because I think Audrey's been ready for it, and with all her fans over there trying to spook me, I felt a bit nervous, so I'm quite pleased with myself today.
And so you should be. Let's hear it for Rio and Audrey.
You should do well. You're going to do it, didn't you? Going to Ireland.
Our next female contender is Jo. And she's facing Falcon. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
Jo Newman used to pounding the beats. Now she'll be pounding with her hammerhead to beat Falcon. And Falcon in full swing. Oh, and Jo's down! Falcon of the flying squad usually sends the contender flying in these events, looking to scoop Jo off the bridge. And it's a great recovery from Jo under a barrage of blows. She's back on her feet, but can she stay there? Oh, no, she's down again! Her friend Liz urging her to get stuck in. Has Falcon let her off the hook again? Falcon gets her, flattens her with her left, and the hammerhead's gone. And Graham disappointed with that. For the finish, Falcon tees her up with the right and knocks her flying with the left. Jo takes it on the chin.
That was a valiant effort.
Again, I gave it my best. They're too good.
Oh, you're down, you're up. You just kept going.
I wanted the points badly.
Falcon, you got to hand it to Jo's persistence.
I do. She just wouldn't get off that bridge. I kept trying, pushing, getting under her legs, but she refused to go until I knocked the baton out of her hands, basically.
Oh, unlucky Jo. But let's hear it for Falcon and Jo.
After that blistering opening event in this semi-final, neither girl makes a mark on the scoreboard, 0-0.
Now it's the turn of the boys. Our first male contender is Tony. And he's up against Khan. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
Tony's been here before against Khan, knows there's 10 points waiting at the other side of the bridge. Didn't get a chance to grab them last time, and it's a furious tussle with a muscle up there, and the whistle's gone. And Khan axes any further action from Tony. Let's see what that whistle was about. Skin and hair flying about all over the place. Khan jostling to get a grip on the situation. Tony clearly getting a grip on Khan's hammerhead. Instant DQ, disqualification.
Next up, it's Adam. And he's facing Wolf. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
Look at the state of him. Fancy turning up for work looking like that. Adam, first time on the bridge. Can he tame the beast? Adam sticks the first one in. Wolf unloads a couple of big uns, and Wolf's in trouble, retreating. Adam on the attack, and would you Adam and Eve it? Angela and Katie delirious. Adam eaves him off the bridge to score 10 superbly executed points.
Wolf, you don't seem very happy with that one.
I dropped my stick.
Did he just take you by surprise?
That was a total surprise.
Adam, that's an excellent result.
Yeah!
Yeah means pleased.
Yeah. I'm giving no yeah, you were just lucky.
No, I got you.
You were lucky.
Wolf, let's give him his time. That was a tremendous result.
Yeah,
You give him some
one of my mates owes me 20 quid for that. And also, if I'd have got knocked off by Wolf, my boxing club wouldn't have let me through the doors.
Well, you've got something much more valuable than £20. Adam scores 10 points. And let's also hear it for Wolf.
The producer's got a sick sense of humour, you know that?
Well, he keeps re-employing you, old boy.
He's trying to play a decent song. Shut up!
Adam's brother Damien in blue taunting the Wolf.
Just shut it!
He thinks he's Jack Regan from the Sweeney. Wolf's fan club there refusing to join in the jibes. After one event, Tony yet to score, but Adam with a maximum 10. Let's go to the training camp at Cocoa Beach.
This machine is called the biceps curl machine. Most normal people use 2 arms to develop their biceps. But what you're looking at here is one of the most unique physiques in the world. These biceps are superb. Rhino is doing a 1-arm bicep curl. These are the muscles that he uses when he's excelling at duel and gauntlet. The power is there. This is what produces it.
To our next event. Our first female contender on Whiplash is Audrey. And she's up against Rocket.
Rocket fired up, ready to go. A look at her weights and measures confirms our suspicions. 1.82 m tall, 77 kilos weight-wise. On the other end of the dog bone, Audrey will be 12 centimetres shorter and 18 kilos lighter as they take the strain. Audrey has 30 seconds to drag the Rocket out of the ring while keeping hold of the dog bone. And Rocket rooted to the spot. Oh, Audrey's lost it. The grip goes along with any chance of the points, and Dad Joe can't believe it. The Dubliners around him equally stunned. Rocket almost immovable from the centre spot. Audrey tries some fast footwork, but the hand lets her down.
Our second female contender is Jo. And she's up against Rebel.
Well, let's see how these two athletes shape up in the stats department. Rebel stands 180 centimetres and tips the scales at 70 kilos, which means, according to my calculations, Jo is 8 centimetres shorter than Rebel and 6 kilos lighter. And the dog bone is in place.
Take the strain. Contender
A minute of pushing and pulling. 10 points for dragging the Rebel from the ring. Jo Newman has never undertaken this test of strength and agility before, but she's keeping the Rebel on her toes. And there's plenty of heaving and hauling and even some sprawling in that ring. Jo, a detective with the West Midlands Police, her friend Liz urging more effort, and she'll need it if she's going to ship this durable gladiator. Time running down, and Jo needs to click it up a gear if she's going to cop the 10 points. Graham out of his seat, Rebel still in the ring, but the time's going to beat Jo. Hard work, no points. You've got to drag the Glad out of the ring to claim the maximum. There's nothing for going the distance.
What a tremendous attempt, Jo. You gave it absolutely everything.
Yeah, there were sound effects there as well. I wasn't going to let go, but I wanted to ride. But she's good.
Rebel, that was a tough competition.
It was. I was looking at Jo from the beginning. I could tell by her eyes that she meant, you know, that she was giving me a tough time. She was steering me right through, and I thought, OK, I'll give her what for, and I did.
OK, let's bring in John Anderson.
Well, in order to score, the contender has to get the gladiator out of the circle. I'm afraid Jo didn't do that, so no points to Jo.
Never mind, it was a good attempt. Let's hear it for Jo and Rebel.
John Anderson confirming the rules. 2 exciting events down, but Audrey and Jo still to get off the mark.
So we now move into the men's event with Tony. And he's going to be chased by Saracen.
Yeah, there's only one, baby.
Also getting ready to climb, it's Adam. He's going to be pursued by Ace.
Tony knows exactly what's ahead of him and who he's up against.
Adam's good. He's very, very quick on the Eliminator. I don't know how he's on the games. I haven't been watching his games. I've been trying to focus on my games more than anything. But I'm going to try and get as much points as I can get. So I'm going to try and be ahead. So if I'm ahead, I know I've got a little bit more better chance of holding my lead.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
They're up and at it. 10 points waiting for the first man to the summit. Adam's in blue, not a good wall history. Caught twice in 2 climbs. Tony in red, taken out last time by the Hunter. Here come the Glads. Ace against Adam. Saracen chases Tony. Tony's cleared the overhang. Fast hands and feet from him, but Ace grabs Adam's ankle. Adam whipped from the face of the wall there. And Tony with a huge lead over Saracen. Looks to me like he's going to be claiming 10 points. Here he comes. Tony Nesbeth up the wall, over the top. 10 points to the good. Oh, yes, the Nesbeth family celebrates.
You seem more than pleased.
Yes! Yes! We're standing!
Was it sheer fright that got you at that wall quickly with Saracen behind you?
Definitely. I just see him coming. I thought, you ain't getting me. You ain't getting me. I gripped onto them. I don't even think he'd be able to pull me off the way I was gripping to them walls.
He didn't get anywhere near you come the end. Let's hear it for Tony. He scores 10 points.
2 events gone. 10-10 the score. What a semi-final this is turning out to be.
So that brings to a close the first part of our first semi-final. But after the break, the action resumes. Join us for more action here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to part 2 of our first semi-final. But we're just about to kick off with our next event. First up on poleaxe, it's Audrey! And she's going to be facing Siren! Over to John Anderson.
Rotate the poles. Contender!
The Siren, supreme on the poles. Audrey's never climbed the spiralling staircase in competition before. And a hesitation from her. First to the top, presses the button. If it's Siren, then Audrey takes a flyer. If it's Audrey, she takes 10 points. And Siren with a good, clear lead. And Siren slaps down the button. Audrey parts company with the pole and the points. Audrey's brother Greg and Dad Joe despondent at that, while young Adam with the black helmet and Liz quietly relieved that Siren did the business.
Well, Audrey, I have to say, it was a very good climb, but just that little hesitation about halfway up.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed with that one. That went really well in training, so I'd expected a few points on this, but that's the way it goes.
Certainly does. A few more events. Let's hear it for Audrey!
Sorry, before this event, you told me you were going to win, and you did.
Well, this is true, but Audrey has put up a good fight to get into the semi-finals, but I was determined to get up there. I've been practicing at home, you see.
Well, you did extremely well. Let's hear it for Siren!
Next up on poleaxe, it's Joe! She's going to be facing Lightning! Over to John Anderson.
Rotate the poles. Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
Joe hasn't climbed the pole before. Lightning, no stranger to it. Never been pegged out before and determined it won't happen here. Lightning strong, and Joe in terrible trouble near the base of the pole. Lightning's going to finish before Joe's had much time to get started. And Graham knows it's a lost cause. A very fine piece of legwork from the Lightning. She's dominated the women's events all season. The poleaxe, the downfall of Joe, no hiding that. Well, Jo loses her footing, swings round the pole, and further resistance was futile. That leg belonged to Lightning, which means after 3 events, the girls have no points on the board.
So we now move into the men's event with Tony. And he's going to be facing Saracen.
Superb Sarah here when it all started 6 seasons ago, and still as strong as ever. 191 tall, 111 kilos heavy, and how about that chest? Tony from Acton, 14 centimetres shorter and 32 kilos lighter. So what he loses height-wise, he gains in the weight department, with less tonnage to haul up the pole. But you can't stop Saracen smiling.
2, 1.
Tony, an advanced scaffolder by profession, also a dancer, so surely he's in with more than a good chance against the mighty Saracen. And Tony, like a dervish, whirling round that pole, looks to have the lead, but we know Sarah has an explosive finish. Who's it going to be? They're both airborne. Oh, Saracen's claiming it. We need to see a replay. The split-screen picture showing both poles should tell us. Tony on the left, Sarah on the right. It's Sarah. Denies Tony the points despite that incredible climb. Great work by the big fella.
Next up in the men's event, it's Adam. And he's going to be facing Hunter.
Adam Stretton from Rotherwick. Here's how he got this far on Gladiators.
Can't believe my luck back here again. As you were probably all aware, I got knocked out of the first heat against Mark Roberts. Almost got him on the Eliminator, but he pulled through and made a better sportsman on the day. Lucky for me and lucky for Brian, of course. He hurt his leg pretty bad in Powerball in the quarterfinals, which gave me another chance. I felt much more confident in that. And I pulled through with 1 second head start in the Eliminator, and I pulled through and won that. So here we are again, and let's make it the best day today.
Contender!
The sprint for the spiralling cylinder and the climb ahead. Hunter faltering, never had trouble with the pole before, but watch him power up. Adam's dad, John, can see the chance for the win. Adam climbing well, but Hunter in pole position again. A superb recovery from Hunter. More than a full turn ahead at the finish. Another masterclass in excellence from Hunter. Damien knows that Hunter's the only demon here tonight. The capacity crowd acclaims another superb Gladiator performance. Hunter loses his footing at the base of the pole, but recovers so well. It makes you giddy to watch him at work. Adam very fast on the pegs, but Hunter's superior speed, almost warp drive, ensures a superb victory. Can no one stop him? Adam can't this time. After 3 events, Tony 10, Adam 10. Back to the sunshine.
Chest press. This piece of equipment is designed to develop the pectoral muscles on the chest and the triceps in the arm. But it's very good all round the upper body, and excellent if you're preparing for hang tough or for dual and for several other exercises. If we are trying to develop strength, we use heavy weights and very few repetitions. If, on the other hand, we're developing the stamina, the local muscular endurance, then we use light weights and many more repetitions.
Over to our next event. Scoring with blue balls, it's Jo! And scoring with red balls, it's Audrey! And they're facing our gladiators, Rocket, Rebel and Siren!
Local girl made very good indeed. Jo Newman needs no reminding she's been here before, as she told me earlier.
Right, here we are, semi-final day. I'm about to have Powerball for the 3rd time. And thus far, I have scored no points in Powerball, despite trying very hard. So today is going to be the day, definitely.
Audrey on the attack. Rebel there, unlucky just to rim it. Nothing ordinary about Audrey. She's come to score. One previous Powerball outing for her. I didn't know we had a tiny cameraman hidden in the basket. Rebel sorting Joe out. Already Joe getting a terrible feeling of deja vu in this event. Audrey reloads, determined to break her duck. Tries to split Rebel and Siren, but they slam the barn doors shut in her face. And Joe getting short shrift from Rocket. Races for another pickup. Keeps battling no matter what the odds. Rebel spins her out like a bin full of washing. Less than half a minute to go. 0-0 the score. Audrey picks up for another run. Rebel's there. And Siren, Joe decked by Rocket, but picks herself up to continue the fight. Audrey with speed to the flank. Siren's good enough. Rebel with another ring out for Joe. And it's back in the basket. Here's Audrey again for one more try, driving hard at Rebel. Escapes her clutches. 2 points for Audrey. Deft work from the Dubliner, right in the basket and right on the hooter. Tremendous effort by both girls. And Joe still empty-handed. Joe, a game contender, but third time on the Powerball pitch, still wasn't lucky. Rocket denying her even a glimpse of the basket. Audrey took on Rebel head-to-head, plucked herself from the Rebel's grasp and smashed home a pair of points. 4 events down, 1 to go. Audrey 2, Joe 0.
Next is the turn of the boys. Scoring with the blue balls, it's Adam. And scoring with the red balls, it's Tony. And they're facing our Gladiators, Hunter, Ace and Cobra.
Well, that's trouble in triplicate. The fearsome threesome.
Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Adam is Adam. Ace there whisks him away. Tony almost breakdancing, getting to grips with Hunter. Hunter wins it. Adam for the pickup. Hunter again grounds his man with speed and skill. Adam's lob counts for nothing. Tony back for a second run. Reloads. Oh, 2 against 3. Tony steals one in. 2 points. Cobra couldn't hold him. Adam with no joy against Hunter. The Huntsman dominating the Powerball pitch. The contenders one-ended again. Both come to reload. Tony in red tries to dance his way through. Cobra's there and Ace. Adam with speed. Remarkable save by the Hunter. Nothing gets past the family favourite. Steams in again before Adam draws breath. Tony with another run. Ace covering. No reward except a face full of mats. Adam looking to go wide. Hunter determined. He goes nowhere. Time is running down and Tony crosses for another crack at the baskets. Hunter marshalling the Glads. Tony, Cobra not there to mess about. This is the semi-final of Gladiators. Ace with a flyer on Adam. 2 points on the board and that's the way it's going to stay. Superb defensive work from the Glads in the face of 2 very fast contenders. Well, Adam certainly had a good workout, but it's Tony that comes away with the 2 points. Just managed to outstretch Cobra and sneak the ball in. Adam's nearest chance, the despairing lob.
Adam, how physical was that then?
Very.
You never gave up.
I'm a boxer, you don't give up in boxing.
Tony, what were you saying to Cobra at the beginning there?
I was telling him to come on. Just me and you now. This is the real thing. Let's go for pound.
You're very tricky, you dodge a lot, but it was difficult out there.
Oh, yeah. It's like 3 brick walls.
Okay, let's hear it for Adam and Tony!
With 1 event left, the scores stand like this. Tony 12, Adam 10.
This is a pull-down machine, sometimes called the lats machine, because it exercises the latissimus dorsi. That's the big wing-shaped muscle on everyone's back. That's the muscle we use for hanging and pulling activities. So if you want to be really good at hang tough, this is where it's at.
First up on Pendulum, it's Audrey. And she's going to be facing Vogue. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! Set the pendulum!
looking forward to this. 5 points for lasting 40 seconds, 10 points for holding on for the full minute. And Audrey failed to score on the Pendulum against Lightning in her quarter-final, but it looks like she's mad for it tonight. Joanne, her sister-in-law, knows everything's at stake, and Audrey loses her grip. Hangs on by a fingernail. Heart-stopping drama, this. Can the Gladiator strike and keep a clean sheet? The Glads have only conceded 2 points in the last 4 events. Audrey low, but shocked that Vogue knows where she's lurking. Audrey needs to get out of there and fast. Vogue should be able to snatch it. Joanne almost hysterical. Can Audrey hang in for the 40 to score 5? Vogue fumbling away round the globe. Audrey's got the 5. And Vogue's finally got the flag. But exciting stuff from Audrey. And there's much discussion amongst her supporters. Did she or didn't she? Well, we can put them out of their misery. She did. And they're having a pretty good natter as well. Slipped down the netting and just held on. Then with Vogue looming large, just managed to keep the flag out of harm's way long enough to take the points.
Well, Audrey, it was one of the more amusing things I've seen because you were busy climbing away and then I just saw your head twitch like that and you went, oh, gee, oh God, and you just caught sight of her.
Yeah, I thought I was doing okay, and I just saw her come out from nowhere. I got the pride of my life up there. I was just trying to get away from her.
Well, listen, you've got a smile on your face, and I'm about to put an even bigger smile on your face because you were up there for 43 seconds. You picked up 5 points. Terrific work. I mean, you had terrible trouble, understandably, finding her in the first place, but once you did, you just went straight for it.
It's quite daunting going against Audrey because she does have rather a lot of support here tonight, so it's quite hard to get over that, but I went round one way, went back to her, saw her winning for the kill, and I got my trophy.
You certainly did. Well done. Let's hear it for Vogue and for Audrey.
Brothers Paul and Greg and Dad Joe lead the cheering.
Next up on the Pendulum, it's Joe. And she's going to be facing Fox. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
In her heat, Joe scored 10 Pendulum points at the expense of Rebel. The quarter-final was Rebel's revenge, and Joe scored 0. Joe needs to get back to her winning ways in this event. And Joe has managed to elude the Fox so far, tentative round the equator. Brother-in-law Phil keeping an eye on the timing. The points in this event are crucial for Joe. But Fox is on the prowl. Joe's got to move. Can't afford to let Audrey go into the Eliminator. 7 points to the good. But Fox is at arm's length. Joe crabbing right, but the Fox is like the shadow of impending doom. Oh, Fox has got her. Good work by the Gladiator. Phil knows Joe has missed out on the points. And Joe's out of there, now needs to focus completely on the Eliminator. Fox was decisive with the finish, saw the yellow flag in the breeze and went full stretch to claim it. Just to confirm the scores, after 5 events, Audrey moves up to 7, Joe stays on 0.
So we now move into the men's event with Tony. And he's going to be facing the Wolfman. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
Well, Tony knows the Wolf needs a win here to save face, because in their last Pendulum encounter, Tony scooped 10, and there's nothing more dangerous than a Wolf scorn. There's the family. They'll be asking the question, has Tony got the speed to outpace the Devil Dog? And Tony going low to keep out of trouble, but the Wolf, as agile as he is wily, Tony in deep trouble here. Brother Darren can't believe Tony's lost his feet. The end is surely in sight. Less than 10 seconds for 5 points. The Wolf shaping up for the flag snatch. Gets a handle on Tony. And the flag must be next, surely. Oh, Wolf wins it with 1.8 seconds to spare. And Adrian is distraught. Well, he needed this one. The Wolf hustled alongside, grabbed a piece of vest for a better purchase, then wrenched the flag from Tony's back.
Well, Tony, oh, you're going to have to talk me through that one, because to me it looked that you were hanging at the bottom of the Pendulum just waiting for him.
I wasn't waiting for him. I just thought if I could go underneath, it'd be harder for him, but it wasn't. He got me good and fair and square.
Now listen, the bad news is, I'm afraid, that another 2 seconds and you'd have picked up 5 points.
No, never mind. Never mind. It's better to have some points than to have no points.
Absolutely, that's good to hear. And well done, mate.
It's payback time.
What do you mean? Explain yourself.
I've got the utmost respect for this guy. Last time, he was so fast, I didn't even see where he went. And I knew he was going to be fast this time, and respect, man, you're good.
You were ready for him. Let's hear it for the Wolfman and for Tony. Last up on the Pendulum, it's Adam. And he's going to be facing Khan.
Khan, his dad was Genghis, his brother Cobra. Stands 1.93 m, weighs 114 kilos and looks nothing like his sister Madeline. Adam stats up like this and you'll quickly realise he's 8 centimetres shorter and 31 kilos lighter.
2, 1!
Well, let's get this on. Adam knows he trails Tony by 2 points, so anything at the expense of Khan would be just the job going into the Eliminator. Adam's last Pendulum was against Cobra. The Gladiator won it with ease, and Adam scored 0. Khan scurries across the rope webbing that covers this merciless Pendulum. Adam well out of trouble at the moment, though. Adam's girlfriend, Katie, can hardly contain herself. Adam moving strongly, the concierge of a Hampshire hotel, looking to evade any contact with an awkward customer tonight. And Adam knows where Khan is. Trouble is, Khan doesn't know where Adam is. So Adam with a distinct advantage. Looks like he's good for 5 at least. Dad John delighted with the points. Adam keeping moving, and it's almost as if Adam's chasing Khan. Khan not able to acquit himself well down there. Mum Angela and girlfriend Katie are pleased about that. They know that a maximum of 10 points is coming Adam's way. And Khan unable to get to grips with this event tonight. It's 10 to Adam. It's not often the concierge gets something served up to him on a plate. John happy with that. And Adam fairly chuffed as well. Adam saw Khan, backed off, and was never troubled.
Well, Adam, that was great. A bit of thinking went into it too, a bit of hiding and one thing and another.
Yeah, I've been back there, I've been trying to chill out a bit. I've been too sight, I'm just trying to chill out and think a bit more than just like go at it and growl on it.
Well, you did, and you deserved every point. 10 points, well done.
What an incredible turnaround. After 5 events, Tony stays on 12, but Adam moves to 20.
Well, waiting just around the corner is the ultimate decider. Join us after the break for the Eliminator and more action here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where we're waiting to find out who's going to go through to our grand final of Gladiators 1997. Now, in the women's event, Audrey's on 7 points. Jo has no points. That will give Audrey a 3.5-second head start.
One of the big talking points of the evening has been Audrey's incredible fan club. Here's what she said about them.
With regards to my fans, I'm afraid to ask when I ring home how they're affording all these trips over. I reckon when this is all over that they're going to expect me to buy them drinks for the whole night at the party, but I worry about that when the time comes. But they're absolutely fantastic. For me, the arena comes alive when they walk in, and they really lift me, and they're pushing me all the way. They're brilliant.
Audrey, you will go on my first whistle. Jo, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Audrey Garland. Will her Garland tonight be another winner's medal? Her fastest eliminator timed at 1:38. Jo's quickest 1:51. And Audrey kangaroos herself onto the first net as Jo finishes the high and low hurdles. Audrey hits the top. Audrey, a personal trainer from Dublin. Down the other side as Jo starts her climb. Ahead of her the rope, the hand ladder and the trapeze before the giant cargo net. Audrey legs up. Jo, the Birmingham Detective Constable, just passed her sergeant's exam. This, an arresting experience for her. Audrey's working well. Sister-in-law Joanne can hardly watch. Jo struggling on the rope. Sister Sue with the encouragement. Audrey, trapeze swing. Makes the change over. Now the cargo nets, and Audrey's fearsome coach Joyce, a prime motivator. Audrey digging into the net as Joe swings the trapeze across the valley of death to join Audrey on the great climbs of the gantry. Only the strong survive on Gladiators, the ultimate challenge, and both girls have proved before that they're more than up to it. Audrey's mum has collapsed, reduced to an emotional jelly like me. Audrey on the zip as Joe tops the cargo net, the line to the crash mat and the splashdown. There's Adam. Hold on to your helmet, urging Joe down that line. Good landing, and Audrey's fast up the seesaw. She knows no fear, slams it down. Joe wants her to take it steady. Audrey easing the second seesaw down. Now for the final burst and a place in the final of Gladiators. Up the travelator. Can she hold it? Oh, yes, she can. Audrey Garland into the grand final. And it's Kaylee time for the Irish, but it's a downer for Joe. Audrey's mum hugging Joanne.
Very well. Finish us in grand style. Keep the head up, big breath, and you're ready to go. Wanna do well. Lots of power. Wanna score.
She's tamed this Eliminator course twice before. Some contenders can't even manage the once. The arena rises to Joe Newman. She'll make it with that support. Incredible efforts. A great contender.
Audrey Garland, you've just earned yourself a place in the grand final of Gladiators 1997. You must be thrilled.
I've spent the last year and a half thinking about nothing but getting to the final of Gladiators. It's my dream. I can't believe I'm here.
Well, you're going to have to replay this all to your mother because she sat with her head in her hands throughout the entire Eliminator.
Well, I know my mother and my sister haven't seen an Eliminator yet. Maybe they'll watch me in the final.
We certainly hope so. Will you all come back? They're all going to come back for you. Well done. Let's hear it for Audrey.
Joe, certainly no disgrace in your performance. You gave it everything.
I did. I'm disappointed, but there you go. There'll never be one winner. So, good luck to all the other finalists. Thanks very much to everyone for coming. I did my best.
Have you really enjoyed being part of Gladiators?
I have. It's an experience, and I certainly won't forget it.
Well, you've been a wonderful contender. We've really enjoyed having you here. Let's hear it for Joe!
Well, Joe won't be back again, but Audrey will. A huge hug for her mum, Pearl. For Coach Joyce, it's all too much. Emotional scenes, and still the drummer banging away. A cuddle for the coach. The work paid off. Joe in the arms of boyfriend Graham. Audrey's dad Joe with his congratulations, and brothers Paul and Greg, the sweet taste of victory. In the women's fastest eliminator contest, Helen Martin's record time of 1:32.7, unchallenged by Audrey's 1:37.3. The men's eliminator is only moments away. Adam's 8-point lead converts to a 4-second head start.
Well, Tony, in your eyes, it may not have been the absolutely perfect evening so far, but of course, all that can be wiped away now because this is where it matters.
Yeah, I know I'm only 4 seconds behind, but I'm going to be there all the way.
Well, we'll look forward to that. And Adam, of course, you're safe in the knowledge that not only do you so far have the fastest eliminator time, but you're 4 seconds in the bag already.
Anthony's a good sportsman, good friend. I wish him the best of luck. Anything is possible.
Absolutely. The best of luck to the two of you. See you both at the end. Over to John Anderson.
Adam, you will go on my first whistle. Tony, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Adam Stretton, his fastest eliminator, is 3 seconds quicker than Tony's best. The incentive for both of them, a plate in the final. Adam at the top of the nets, Tony still on the hurdles. Adam up and over, the rope will take him to the handbike. Tackles the rope in one swift leg action. His fluency over the elements is extraordinary. It's pedal time as Tony hits the rope. Darren and Adrian cool but encouraging. Adam trapeze smoothly across and onto the nets. The gap widening. Tony still on the bike. Adam's dad enjoying this one. Katie a broad grin. Adam hits the gantry, maintaining that lead. Tony on the nets. And his mum Sylvia knows the writing is on the wall. Zipper from Adam. He zeroes in on the black mat. Tony completes his climb. And Adam is testing his balance. It hasn't let him down yet. Not prepared to throw it away now. Tony on the zip. Prepares to splash down. Second seesaw for Adam. A place in the final lies the other side of this travelator. Strides up the belt. Adam Stretton, a finalist on Gladiators. And the family go bananas. Tony finishes the Eliminator in style. Terrific sport.
Adam, can you believe it? You're into the final of Gladiators.
No.
You're a huge fan of Gladiators as well.
Yeah, my whole family is. We love the programme, but I always said, oh, it looks easy on telly. It's so hard. And not only that, you're not as fit as you actually think when you get on this thing.
You enjoyed the Eliminator so much. I mean, you blew a kiss to the crowd.
They've given me a lot of support, so I owe it to them all.
Well, you'll be very pleased to know you scored your time on the Eliminator is 1:11.
Yeah.
Not only that, you still hold the fastest time on the Eliminator, which you take to the final. And you're through to the final, which is great news. You're obviously very pleased. We're all happy for you. Let's hear it for Adam!
Well, Tony, it's times like these when there just aren't any words of consolation.
Nah, my foot was getting caught up in the cargo net. I'm not a cargo net man, but at the end of the day, you got beat by a better man.
Well, listen, you know, you've been a terrific contender. We've thoroughly enjoyed all your entertainment, all your dancing, and you've kept smiling right the way through. And the only thing I can say is that a lot of people don't get as far as you did, and it's just such a shame to lose you.
Yeah, I'm still strong in my heart, and that was more that counts.
That's what we want to hear. Let's hear it for Tony Nesbeth.
Disappointment for Tony's family. But for Adam's people, it's a different story. Mum, Angela, steals a little hug and a kiss, and Kate gives him a big kiss. End of the line for Tony, but he gave his all, and Mum Sylvia knows it. Try this one for size. Whoa. And now try this for size, my dear. So in the men's Eliminator contest, Adam came very close to breaking his own current record of 1:11, just half a second adrift.
Well, the action in this semi-final was absolutely incredible.
Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely riveting. And of course, next week we'll find out who's going to join Audrey and Adam in our grand final of Gladiators 1997. Can you afford to miss it? I think not. Join us for more action next week on Gladiators.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
Up next, we've some more adrenaline-fueled 90s action with Ulrika and Jeremy. It's more Gladiators new to challenge. Well, over on Pick, they're back in Australia again. They must be really stacking up those air miles. It's nothing to declare.